Hello everyone, welcome back to the Big Bad Bench. My name is John, aka Big Bad Biologist, and today we're going to be working on a Performa 578, which is basically the same thing as a LC575, and a Macintosh IIcx. And so, not that. There we go. Here's our Macintosh IIcx sitting on the Big Bad Bench. This was an eBay find. Let's just zoom out an ever little tiny skosh. There we go. Now we can see everything in there. This was an eBay find, and so I don't know a whole lot about it. I honestly didn't read the description. I saw it was a 2CX and it was under, I think it was 40 bucks. So I was like, yep, I'm going to get that. So take a look at this thing. Let's pop it open. You'll have a more interesting look on the inside. There we go. There's some interesting stuff maybe. Say hi to folks in the chat. We got Mac 84, Starbuck Tech, Trina's Technobabble, All Things DG, Bacchus, Gut Bomb. That's it for now. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by today. All Things DG made a very nice offer for me online to help out with some stress with some Macintosh. What was I working on? Mac Classic 2s. I've been freaking out about ever since last week. It was kind of a mess. But anyway, yeah, it was for a Classic 2. That was a very nice offer, but it sounds like too nice of a machine. I'm looking for like a battery bomb thing to get a chip off of. So anyway, let's get on to this stuff. The power supply in this, I think, is the same power supply that was in my Macintosh 2Ci. I think it had 6 Rifas in it, so I'm sure this is going to be a mess. We might not get to doing this today, but I wanted to take a look at it anyway. Oh, did you see what I just realized was missing? The hard drive and floppy drive bracket. Okay. Well, that was kind of dumb on me. Yeah, that's kind of an important thing. Those are kind of useful. Let's see in here. Do I see the Rifas with my own eyes? No. But it is a dual. I do remember the dual board thing. The battery holder is just squished. They took the battery out, which is freaking awesome. There is a little bit of corrosion around there that I see. We'll take a look at it closer. But let's see what else we got here. Got a 3COM BNC and AUI network card. It's kind of cool. It's blue. Sent it to Eric Helgeson. Match some blue scuzzies. Does it match blue scuzzy? Where's my blue scuzzy? There's one there. It doesn't quite match. Alright, well that's not an interesting card. Oh, this is kind of nice. It's got all the expansion RAM installed on there. That's kind of useful. High resolution display video card. Yeah, it would be nice to make a 3D printed model for one of these that you could just mount a blue scuzzy up in here and just use the floppy drive slot for your SD card poking out. So that would be cool. What else we got? We got some RAMs, and this system has all plastic. All plastic bits. Let's see. Set that out. All plastic RAM slots. I looked before for something, and I know Guppa actually made me a regular for the top hard drive bracket. He made me something for that. I don't know if they make the full big dealy, the thing that goes all right here. Yeah, the buttons are there, so that was useful. These are 1 meg sims. I like these for my Macintosh Plus builds because they look old and they're 100 nanoseconds, so they're fine for a Mac Plus. And these appear to be 1 meg sims. So of course the 2CI or the 2CX is the 2CI's little stepbrother. Not as nice of a machine. It's got a math coprocessor, but it's still just a 16 megahertz. I think these are just 1 meg. Wow, look at that there. 100 nanosecond. That's pretty old. All right, well these can go in a Mac Plus. That's fine. That's fine. All right, now I'm gonna take this off before I forget. I had one of these wash down the sink one day when I was rinsing after a ultrasonic bath. Case is in decent condition. Oh, actually, this is kind of neat. I noticed this when I was unboxing it. Look at the badge on the back. AC Nielsen. Those are the ratings people. So this might have been used for aggregating what people were watching. Who knows? It's a neat little badge. Bacchus says a whole 8 megabytes of RAM. Yeah, NASA. All right, so that's that. Let's start looking under the microscope. And so actually before we go under the microscope, because we're gonna spend a whole lot of time under the microscope, here's this one. So this is the Performa 578 board. And it's generally in really good condition. I just don't want to power it on until I get all that stuff off of there. And so I don't know. What is that thing to the left that looks like it is sitting on putty or glue? This? There's some little stickers down there. We'll look at it under the microscope. I think that's what you're... Well, let's see what Trina just linked to me. Yeah, that's for the LC series. That doesn't quite work for these. All right, let's get under the microscope. So yeah, this thing looks pretty good. Let's pop the RAM out of this. Hey, CDI. This board came with two 512 meg VRAM sims, which that's nice. Okay. All right, let's see how bad things are in the scope. Oh, I got too much crap on the BigBadBench. Oh, actually, Gut Bomb, if you're there, I wanted to show you something. So, that Mac Plus I sold you, one of the reasons I bought it is because it came with a Mac Plus trackball. I didn't sell you the trackball. I hadn't come across one of those, so I thought that was pretty cool. So oh, okay, Trina, yeah, so it's easy to get confused with all the LC designations. So the LC, the LC2, and the LC3, and the LC475 are the ones that can use that bracket. And so yeah, that is a little confusing bit. All right, so there's some nasty corrosion-y bits here. Part of the reason I'm doing this stream today is because I need to go into work tomorrow and I will use my ultrasonic cleaner when I'm there. Kind of looks to me like someone might have done some light cleaning on this to try to hide some of the corrosion. Yeah, this, I think HC132s, those are often in the startup circuit. So there's a chance that our startup circuit is a little angry on this board. All right, let's rip these caps off. Let's see what this smells like. Start heating up the whole area. Yeah, look at that. See that? Those are pretty nasty. This is pretty nasty. I think we're gonna lay some flux down on those while we heat up other stuff. Let the flux do some flux magic. Oh yeah, this smells good. Alright, so this is apparently all cap corrosion. Nope, that guy's ready. I'm out. Yep, that is some crustiness. Crusty. Juicy. Is everyone up to date in their fish juice pills for the day? Look at that. Look at that grossness. That one just kind of fell off. That one was getting some heat before. Oof. Oof, I say. Look at the nice little foam up around there. Look at that. We're doing chemistry here today. I think we're gonna take all these chips off. So everyone remember this for next time. HC132, HC132, 74 in the middle. Let's get all those chips off. This is ugly. Look at that crust. Oh, that's crusty. Come here, Chip. Come here, Chip. It's rare that you get this little foaming effect. That's fun. My kind of fun. I think we're gonna do this guy right here too. And the one below it. What are we doing? No twisty. I don't do the twisty technique. Who do you think you're talking to here? III DIY or Adrian. I just let the heat do the work. But Steve, you just do the heat technique too, or have you started doing twisty? Oh, this smells awful. This one smells like, oh, like turnpike restroom. What was going on over there? Look at that. That is some crustacean. Mmm. There we go. Oh, how disgusting. Okay. Well, that's some of that. So it looks like this is going to be our big problem area. What the heck are we talking about in chat? We got seafood. Okay. There we go. Okay. Whatever floats your boat with regard to food. Oh, this isn't good. See how we have this, that. Oh, that's not gonna be good. That's. What are you? Oh, what are you? All right. This might be a regret board. Still not as bad as the main project that we're working on. So this is definitely a side project that I don't have any priority on. I just like documenting how bad these things are when I get them. Look at that. Ugh. What is this? That doesn't look like normal cap juice. Okay, one more to go. There it is. Lots of 4716s on this guy. Crusty. That guy does not want to come off. Come on. Oh, I think it's gonna blow. I think it's gonna blow. There it goes. Ooh, That one was a different kind of aroma. I don't know what kind of aroma that was, but it was very different. All right, let's get to our other one under the microscope. See how bad this guy is. Let's do all of our hot air work at once. See how these solder joints look, they're not crusty like the other ones, so this shouldn't be too bad. This doesn't smell bad. This one is more like the smell of a Applebee's after a high school sports team comes by. a little musty, but not. Whoa, that one exploded. There's the jump scare that Gutbaum was talking about. That is the exciting bit of removing caps with hot air. Yes, jockstrappy is a good word, all things. I was never a fan of Applebee's either. That's why I'm happy to slag them a little bit. See how we're getting a couple little solder balls there on that side? That can kind of give you an indication that your solder's corroding. There we go. Okay. Oh, I wanted to make a new fancy heat shield. Oh well. Gotta protect. Ow. Tweezers are hot. Gotta protect the big front panel. Ideally, so we're gonna need a second razor blade. Gotta be patient with these. Sometimes, oh, look at that. That one needed to be done. Actually, I posted on social media, so the Power Mac 6100 that I worked on for the last couple of weeks, after last weekend's stream, I pulled the caps off it, and it had a lot that kind of looked like this. And so it needed to be done. I did it. Also, with that one, if anyone remembers, the screen was sort of going in and out, like it would periodically just turn black. And I hooked it up to a regular CRT, and that stopped happening. But I still am getting garbled screen trying to use the thing in DOS mode, which sucks. I can boot into Windows 95, sort of. I can't see any of the boot up process, but once it gets into 95, it's correct-ish. Ron's computer videos, made DOS and Windows drive images for those, which is very, very helpful. Thank you, Ron, for doing that. And so I was able to use one of his images to try to test some stuff. And so I've made some progress on that system. Still not totally where it needs to be. We'll get there, though. Yeah, as Bacchus says, we're probably beyond the point where the 6100 is new enough that it's probably okay. And if you check out the pictures that I posted on the social medias, the Mastodon and the what's the other one? Blue Sky. You can see that. Yep, needed some cappage redone. So the power supply is starting to have some. The caps were just showing a little bit of corrosion around the legs. There wasn't like massive leakage. There were some weird spots, but I think it might have been flux. But I think the power supplies on those need to be done. And I have not made the map yet. I apologize for that. Look at that. There's some juice in there. That one came off pretty clean. Gupom has started using polymer caps instead of tantalum. Yeah, a lot of people like the polymer caps. I'm actually thinking of doing something awful and trying ceramics where possible. I've been doing reading, and it seems like there might actually be some ideas for why ceramics might be better than tantalums. So I've always heard that you're not supposed to put non-polar caps where polar caps were, but I don't know. It seems like that's not a real rule. So we'll have to figure out a way to do some testing on these things, because, you know, for science, we should probably know that kind of stuff. Now we got a tricky little spot. Oh look, it's our friend. This is a spot where I should probably just use my hot tweezers. It's our egret friend, or CUDA. This might be called a CUDA on this model. Sometimes with the 68040s, they switch to calling them CUDAs. Hey, Ian Scott. Yeah, I don't really care about the looks. I actually like the looks of tantalums, the little orange bits. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. There we go. Alright, that's all clean. Like I said, I would power this up because it looks pretty good, but I don't like this crust on here. So I'm gonna wait till this goes through the ultrasonic cleaner. Maybe we'll give it a test on Saturday's stream, even though Saturday's stream is going to be a real DOS stream. But I'm itching to see if this works. So look at that, those crusts, weird crusts. All right, let's go back to the 2CI board. Let's put away our heat shields. Let's go take a look at this region again, because this was bad. So let's try to do some cleanup here. So I'm going to just flux the heck out of this area. And then we're going to get Chungus iron with some solder braid and go through all this stuff. And then we'll crack open that power supply. I just want to give this a quick look and see how bad some of these traces are. Using my face to feel if the iron's hot. Oh, this smells bad. This smells real bad. I'm not like really pushing hard on these. I'm just kind of gliding across. Kind of letting the solder and the braid do the work. If you scrape on these, you will most likely lift the tracers. It's just all about just letting the heat work. Try to get to some of that nice solder underneath. So there will be nice solder underneath for a lot of these, if the trace isn't totally gone. Let it flow. Yeah, see, we're getting some traces. The solder pads are showing under there. Cut some of this off, get a fresh section. Oh, this is, you can't really see, but this is muddy. This is a process where you have to be very patient. This is a source of a lot of lifted traces and pads. So everything is very not happy right now. I'm trying to use my calmest voice on this board in hopes that it'll behave. You hear me, board? Look how nice and calm we are. Oh man, this hissing. This might actually need some scraping. Wow. What a mess. Well, looks like this part's going to be okay down here. Alright, well that'll be good. Let's go back up here and get this stuff. So we'll just do some preliminary stuff. We'll come back after the ultrasonic bath and do some more. You can see that if you work it enough, a lot of the time you'll clean up those pads real nice. That's why I like these, the solder braid. God, this is muddy. So much mud. Oh, sorry. Alright, let's clean some of this junk off and see what it looks like. This is gonna be bad. Any tips for doing this without burning my left fingers? I mean, with these, I always keep the little, I keep it in the braid, and I'm mostly holding it with this. I am touching it a little bit, but most of it's going into the main reel. Ew. Ew. Again, be careful doing this. You might think this is safe, but if those pads are really fragile, even Q-tipping them can make a mess. Gross. Ugh, look at that. Bacchus says, ew, no longer hungry. Yeah. This might clean up okay. I'm seeing some decent traces under here. I was expecting to like be missing some traces as we came along. Guess we got to this board just in time. I'm not actually like really scraping, I'm just kind of clearing off some gunk. Yeah, that's not bad. I think we'll be okay. All right, cool. This is good. This is pretty good. Oh, I was worried there for a minute. So this, oh look, they're labeled. All right, nice. HC132, HC132, HC74. I made zero progress on that one basically, but you can see how even though these were pretty darn crusty, that we still got some nice pads underneath. Over here, this side, these were really bad over here, so we haven't made much progress, but over here cleaned up well. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So yeah, sometimes you gotta just like, gotta pick that outer layer of oxidized solder off before it really breaks free. But I think these will clean up. I think we're gonna be okay. We'll have to check all the traces and stuff like that, but these all cleaned up pretty well. I don't know what the heck this was. Yeah, we'll check traces, recap this guy, but first we got to first thing we got to do, we're gonna ultrasonically clean this before we make any more progress. Okay, I'm gonna stop poking at it. All right, stop poking at it, John. Stop touching it. Cool. All right, well that was bad, and then it was bad, and then it's maybe kind of a little less bad than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, that doesn't look too awful, right? I think we're gonna be okay. Those chips might be shot, but I think I have some spares for those. All right, let's go back to here. All right. There, see it with this cam. Way better than what we started with right there. Oh yeah, I gotta pull the battery holder off. That's okay. That's okay. Bacchus says, I've seen worse, definitely seen better. That is true, my friend. All right, let's see what's hiding for us in here. And I just dropped a paper towel on all the little HC chips. So I'm sure I've lost one of those chips inside of a paper towel. Will never be seen again. Got flux everywhere. All right, do I have any screwdrivers? That guy. That guy. One of these has a structural fan. I remember forgetting how to open this up. I think Bacchus actually told me how to do it the right way. Feels like it needs to come forward. Or is there... Oh, come on. Oh, right. Okay, so these two clips come up there like that. And then this comes up there. We should be able to take that out with a wire plug. There we go. I think this is our Rifa. I think this is our Rifa one. Let's see. No, Bacchus, don't send me the pics. How will I learn? Let's see, we got to take this clip off, remember that. And these two go through there. Okay. I think this is just very tight. There it goes. Okay. Now, if you had these plugged in, there's a chance you can electrocute yourself. This has not been plugged in for a very long time. So I'm fairly confident that I won't hurt myself here. Okay. There's a plug here. That's off. Okay, now we got this mess. I think these are soldered together. I don't think we can unplug it. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And this is all one piece. That's all one piece. So yeah, we just gotta take this out from here. And I think there's one more over there. Oh, was this the thing? You gotta take that little guy off. That is on top of our board. I guess we do. So there's a little nut in there that holds on that little shield. And that sits on top of the PCB. So I kind of need to take that off. Ugh. Hello, Dowro 20? Yeah, the 630s with those open tops, that's a thing. At least they're easy to get to on the 630s. There's our little bracket. think. Oh, no, we got one more screw. Where did you go? I saw you in there. Over here. Okay. That should get us out of here. Should being the operative word. There we go. We're making progress here. We are making progress. Now, as always, whenever you're pulling on electronics, always pull as hard as you possibly can. No, don't do that. There we go. There we go. Yay. All right, so let's count up the Rifas. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's one in there. 5. Actually, I don't know. That one is not a Rifa. There is one in here, though. There's only 5. I think mine had a Rifa at this. My other one had a Rifa in this one. So there we go. That's not bad. Only 5 freaking Rifas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay! Baka says, and always remember to use your fingers to wedge between the metal and other hard material. Nothing bad ever happens. Yep. All right. So, the caps on this side look fine, but we will replace them since we're in here anyway. Not sure if this is hygroscopic glue. We'll probably take that out just to be safe. Cool. Oh, yeah, see, look at this. See how that glue starts to turn black? Yeah, it's from heat, but also I think when it absorbs heat, it absorbs moisture. There's like the legs on that cap, I think are turning a little black, and I think it's from corrosion. All right, so this is gonna require some cleanup. Be good, Julie. I'll be in tomorrow. All right, so that's that. Let me show you something. I'll do this off stream. I showed how to do one of those a long time ago. I think I put the link for that in my video description. Let me show you this Mac Plus I've been working on, and then we will be done for today. Gonna go back to crying about Mac Classic 2s. Hygroscopic means that it's gonna absorb moisture, and so I mean it's gonna depend on the composition of the chemistry that's gonna figure out how much moisture, but if it absorbs any, it's gonna promote corrosion. So so yeah. Yeah. So check my social medias on why can't I ever remember Blue Sky? Blue Sky and Mastodon. I posted pictures of this earlier. I wired up a power connector in here. Yeah. So there we go. So this is the Mac Plus that I owe Eric's Edge. Obviously we have one of my unripe blue scuzzies, but I also mounted a fan down in here, which normally a Mac Plus shouldn't have a fan, but when I was at VCF East, my Mac Plus kept overheating, and so I think it just needs a little bit of airflow to help circulate some things. So I made a little bracket, that's kind of hard to see in there, and I drilled some holes through the analog board to wire up wire this up. And so this is pretty awesome. So check that out, and you can see how I wired up and where I wired up this power connector in the Mac Plus. And so I'll just show you this. I currently have that fan wired up to 5 volt. I'll hold my microphone near the fan. It's very quiet. So even though, you know, part of the joy of the Mac Plus is not having a fan, it can be useful to kind of have a fan. And so I put a fan in there, and hopefully this will help. This thing I've been doing a lot of testing on it. It seems pretty stable. I do notice that the screen kind of kicks every once in a while, and I think I'm gonna have to replace the yoke. If we take a look at this yoke connector, that's burnt, and that happens when the solder joints crack. It creates resistance, and then that causes heat, and so I'll replace this with a yoke that's not looking like this. I have a feeling that connector is just a little loose from being yes, drilled through the analog board. I think that connector is a little loose from being overworked, or, you know, heated up and stressed out. I don't know if you can buy those connectors or not, but I have other yokes, and I have more yokes than I would have Mac Pluses to repair. So it's going to be kind of hard to see here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So right here, there's a hole that I drilled and ran the wire through, connected to plus 12 volts. Ran 2 wires through here, that's our ground. I thought that was 5, but that's actually negative 12. I didn't connect anything up to there. Drilled a hole right here, and then ran the wire over for 5 volts. And so yeah, we have a regular power connector, and we could theoretically plug a hard drive in, but I don't know if the Mac Plus power supply is strong enough. And maybe this will give you a little bit better view of that fan in there. It's a 92 millimeter Corsair fan. Nice and quiet. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I just wanted to sort of document how bad that IIcx board was, and confirm my suspicions that the power supply was full of Rifas. And just a reminder that I'm working on this board for III DIY, and I think I'm gonna be recording this to do an actual video, because this thing is gonna take a lot of futzing around. Look at, he did a lot of repairs. this is Bodge City here. So keep an eye out for that. I'll provide updates along the way on social medias. But yeah, this is gonna be something else. So yeah, thanks for hanging out today, folks. I know this was a weird time, but I appreciate you all hanging out. And be back Saturday. We are going to build a Voodoo 5500 PC. And the case that I selected for this thing, it's not retro, but it's interesting. And it's going to show off the Voodoo 5500. And so, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, check out, as Baka says, check out DIY's video on his LC575. It's beautiful. Well, all of his work's beautiful, but it evokes emotion as only he can. And so yeah, definitely check that out. All right, folks, thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you Saturday.